And we're back. Um, I am recording this on Wednesday, March 19th, so I don't know when it's going to publish. And if you can hear Mojo in the background whining for food, it is because he thinks he's hungry, but he was just fed. And I'm on my lunch break from work to take a quick second to talk about some things that I've noticed and just some things I've been going through. Um, so this is kind of a app session, kind of not. Usually my app sessions have a point that I can discern after I ramble into the camera. But today, I wanted to talk about some woo stuff. Yeah, because we're in the middle of a Venus retrograde and a Mercury retrograde. And I'm a spiritual woman. I'm a spiritual person, period. And so I love to read a vibe. I love to vibe check environments and people and discern for myself whether I would like to be within that vibe. You know what I mean? And I'm noticing very frequently that people who align with that desire to be in specific vibes are emerging from the winter woodwork. I love to see it personally. I've had a lot of like fun lunches with friends and a lot of cleaning my home, buying new clothes, and kind of testing out new ideas that I've had for a while. Um, it's been really fun. And I think right now is a time to see what you're made of. Yes, that is how I'll phrase that. You should definitely check yourself and see what you're made of. Gain some self-awareness. Do some journaling. Read some Jung, some Freud. Um, do some art. Draw, doodle. I don't care, but engage with yourself in an introspective and reflective manner. I say that because I care. I am a big sister by nature. I do have younger siblings, younger cousins. I am the eldest of my cohort in my family. I'm also the closest in age to the generation above us. So I'm like in that weird gray area where I'm everyone's older sister and then I'm also everyone's younger sister at the same time. And I have been blessed to be born into a family with predominantly feminine energy. I say that not because I disparage men or the masculine. I actually love men and the masculine. I just am disappointed by them frequently, to be completely honest. And if you have anything you want to say about that, we can have a private conversation. I will not have I don't have room in my comments for that. I will not engage publicly in those types of discussions because I feel like it's disrespectful to both parties. So I will give you the same respect that you give me with regard to that. And that's all I'm going to say. But yeah, that being said, I just am floored, absolutely floored by the anti-intellectualism is like the term I've seen thrown around, but I don't think intellectualism is the right word. I do think it is this abhorrence of looking at oneself, of staring at yourself in the mirror and asking yourself hard questions about who you are, what you believe, what you do with your time, and how does that reflect upon you as a person, how you show up in your relationships. Because tell you something, I'm real disappointed in the lack of quality in friendships and platonic relationships. People have lost the art of acquaintanceship, of manners, of etiquette, like just the sense of no shame that people have now. I am sick of it. I'm sick of it. And I'm all for you showing up as your authentic self, as I do. You see, I show up as I am. This, if we know each other in person, this is how I show up in person. I'm so real with you. I just am disappointed. I am shooketh. I am over it personally. There's been a lot going on in my personal life that feeds into this. And so, yes, of course, discern from that what you will. Um, but for the sake of a PSA, I will say the quiet part out loud. Some of y'all need to sit down with yourself in a blank journal and just write down what's in your head, what's in your heart, what's going on with you. And then I want you to stop when you're done and read back what you wrote to yourself out loud if you have to. If you live alone, this is probably like something easy you can do. If you live with other people, like maybe find some private time to do that. But I see people going to therapy and talking to another human about things that they're unsure of within themselves. And I just encourage you to stand in your own power, because once you do that, that does make you a better person. And I'm so tired of leaving my home and immediately feeling a sense of rage and frustration and annoyance. I can control myself. I can woosah, right? When I'm angry, I don't need to take out my emotions on another person. I can sit with uncertainty and a feeling of like being unsure about what I'm feeling without acting. And I think that that is an art that's being lost, and I would like for it to not be. So this is me telling you very shortly that whatever you think is going on in your life is a literal direct reflection of your lack of engagement with yourself. Like if you're afraid of being alone, of being in isolation, I'm not saying like we don't get lonely. Loneliness is a universal human experience. We will all be lonely at some point or another in our lives. What I'm talking about is a lack of self-awareness that comes from not knowing yourself. And that's like the one thing you have complete control over, is how you engage with yourself. And how you engage with yourself is literally how you will engage with other people. Our interface with other humans is based on something called mirror neurons. That's how we learn how to be people, is we mimic each other. So if you don't know how to interact with you, then you probably don't know how to act with other people. And I'm tired of it. I'm sick of it. I will call you out. I have no patience for it, because let me tell you that it is not a good look. And all the complaints people be having about how the world is going to shit and nothing is great anymore. Yes, I understand there are collective external forces that press down on your sphere of life, your milieu, your vision of what life looks like, if you will. But a lot of that onus is on you to discern for yourself. Yes, I'm so tired. People blaming their problems on other people, lacking critical thinking, critical awareness, having fear and aversion to the Socratic method, which is what built critical thinking in the first place. All you traditional folks out there. Literally, it's not even about reading a book. It's not about like going to therapy. It's not about going to college. It's not about any of that institutional bullshit. It's literally how well can you converse with yourself? How well can you engage with yourself? Because if you can curate that and improve that, I guarantee you, you will watch the quality of your relationships and experiences in life that have to do with society as a whole improve exponentially, much faster than you think you will. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it. Stop it. Okay, that's all I have to say. I came on here to rant for about 10 minutes and I did it. So if you have questions, concerns, comments, I welcome them. If you feel vitriolic, if you feel personally attacked, DM me. Because if you want to get read in the comments, I'm happy to do that too. I'm so over it. And this is a great time, spiritually speaking, to do that work before things get nuts out in the world. Like, we don't know what's going to happen in the future outside of ourselves, but we can certainly control the direction we're moving in as individuals by ourselves. Okay? Okay. I believe in you. You can do it. Please, I beg. Goodbye.